Competing is competing. It don't matter what level you at.
Come on, bro. Let's be consistent. Let's work. Seconds. Here we go. This side. Ready, go.
Now it's things you can work on. It's things that you can improve, but compete, that's within you. You either gonna compete or you not. Like, I'm a different type of leader. I'm not with all the rah-rah and all that type of stuff. I'm not that guy. I'm more of a laid-back, chill guy. But when we're between the lines and when it's time to like put real work in, then it's a different mode.
Ready, go.
I think there's three things that could be happening here with this report. One, this is true, and Shedeur Sanders and this coach just didn't vibe. Entirely possible. Second possibility, this isn't true. This quarterback coach is potentially with a team, and he is telling this to the media, and he is hoping Shedeur Sanders falls to them at whatever potential draft spot they have. I think it's interesting that this was said to a media member. This wasn't something that stayed in-house. Things get out when people want them out. So maybe, just maybe, this is a little bit of some chess happening. I don't know. The third possibility, which is probably where I land the most, is that Shedeur was just being Shedeur Sanders and didn't land with the quarterback coach, whatever, ball up top. Again, this isn't surprising. To call Shedeur Sanders arrogant and brash, you know what he didn't call him? Disrespectful. Didn't call him unprepared, arrogant and brash. Have you seen Shedeur Sanders? Have you watched my guy play football? It's one of his superpowers. Like, the confidence that he has is a big reason why Colorado turned it around from 4 wins to 9 wins from his first year to his second year. Like, I hope he's a little bit arrogant, a little bit confident in himself. You need that in the quarterback. You need that in sports and life, period. And also, going back to this is not surprising. You're telling me that you didn't know Shedeur Sanders had a little bit of moxie, a little bit of extra juice to him. Allow me to read you some lyrics from a song that he has. Got them baguettes up on my neck, I stay shining. It's never hot around my jewelry, change the climate. I went and got that Maybach, I stay grinding. Does that sound like someone who's unsure of themselves to you? Is that someone that's maybe like trying to keep a lower profile? This is who he is, man.
Shedeur Sanders was mic'd up for the season finale in which he led a game-winning drive, and it really exposed something that I think a lot of Shedeur Sanders fans already knew. The fans love him. People love him. You know, he's a locker room favorite for a reason. So let's hear it. Let's see you.
It'll be a blast today. We're gonna be lit. For sure gonna be lit. What you say, Joe? Let's do this.
Go.
Let's do this. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You know what time it is.
We haven't had one like this. This is Colorado.
Yeah. Light, little chill, but it was good. Now this is tolerable.
Just dropped a bomb that has every NFL executive scrambling right now. What he said while mic'd up during Colorado's biggest game of the season wasn't just trash talk or motivational speech. It was a calculated message that's completely changing how teams are evaluating him for the draft. And here's the thing nobody's talking about. This revelation exposes a massive flaw in how the NFL has been scouting quarterbacks for decades. By the end of this video, you'll understand why teams that ignore what Shedeur revealed are going to regret it for years.
There's nothing that you try to do. You don't try to be a leader. Like, it's either you or it's not.
Here we go.
First week of spring ball to now, it's a big difference. Like, and I kind of grasped the hand on what Coach Lewis is talking about.
Are we consistently good or are we occasionally great?
What type of play caller is he? What situation? Like, why is he calling? Like, I'm in his mind now.
Hey, new receiver, new outside. Get out.
Let's set the stage. Shedeur Sanders walks into Colorado as the son of an NFL legend, carrying expectations that would crush most 20-year-olds. The media painted him as just another coach's kid getting a free ride. Critics said he couldn't handle pressure. Analysts questioned whether his success was real or manufactured by Deion's system. Every single game became a referendum on whether he belonged. Then, the mic'd-up footage dropped, and everything changed. Here's what Shedeur said that sent shockwaves through NFL front offices. During a critical third and long situation with the game on the line, cameras caught him making pre-snap adjustments that professional analysts are still breaking down. But it wasn't just the football IQ on display. It was what he said to his offensive line that revealed something profound. Check the mic, slide right. I got the hot route covered. Trust me, I see it. Sounds like standard quarterback communication, right? Wrong. What Shedeur did in that moment showcased 3 elite traits that NFL teams are desperately searching for: pre-snap recognition at a professional level, immediate problem-solving under pressure, and the leadership presence to communicate complex adjustments with absolute confidence while the play clock is dying. But here's where it gets really interesting. After the play resulted in a touchdown, the mic caught Shedeur's conversation with his receivers. Instead of celebrating, he immediately started coaching them on what the defense was trying to do and how to exploit it on the next series. This wasn't a college quarterback making plays. This was a field general already thinking like an NFL starter. The NFL has a quarterback evaluation problem that nobody wants to admit. Every single year, teams draft quarterbacks based on physical tools, arm strength, and college statistics. Then they act surprised when these highly drafted players can't process NFL defenses. They can't communicate under pressure. They can't lead grown men who are older and more experienced than them.
Where'd he go? Yeah, Kate! Yeah, Kate!
We know what it takes to be able to be dominant, be able to win games this season. We don't got time for mental errors and stuff like that. So whenever anybody messes up, even me, you like get disciplined somehow, some way. Leaders will just come and you'll be able to see like when the lights come on.
Buffs on me, buffs on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Shedeur's mic'd up footage revealed something scouts can't measure at the combine. You can't test football instincts with a stopwatch. You can't measure leadership presence with a vertical jump, and you definitely can't evaluate processing speed by watching practice throws. What separates elite NFL quarterbacks from busts isn't the ability to throw 60 yards downfield. It's the ability to diagnose a disguised blitz in 2 seconds, communicate the protection change to 5 offensive linemen using coded language, identify which receiver has leverage based on route concept, and deliver an accurate ball to a window the size of a dinner plate while a 280-pound defensive end is trying to separate your head from your shoulders. That's what Shedeur demonstrated, and that's why NFL teams are completely reevaluating their draft boards right now. Here's something most analysts are missing. Shedeur's development isn't accidental. Deion Sanders has been preparing his son for the NFL since he was in middle school, but not in the way you might think. Deion didn't just teach him how to throw footballs, he taught him how to handle pressure that would break most people. Think about what Shedeur has dealt with, playing for your Hall of Fame father while millions of people watch your every move, dealing with critics who say you only got opportunities because of your last name, transferring to a struggling Colorado program and being expected to immediately turn it into a contender, handling media scrutiny that most NFL veterans never experience. The mic'd-up footage showed something crucial. None of that pressure affects Shedeur's performance. While other college quarterbacks crumble when the stakes get high, Shedeur gets calmer, more focused, more precise. That's not something you can teach in a draft process. That's something forged through years of preparation and pressure that most prospects never face. Behind closed doors, NFL evaluators are having conversations that would shock most fans. Multiple league sources indicate that teams are going back through every single snap of Shedeur's college career with a new perspective. They're not just watching the throws anymore, they're studying his communication patterns, his pre-snap adjustments, his pocket presence under pressure, and his ability to elevate the players around him. One AFC general manager, speaking on condition of anonymity, admitted that their scouting department had Shedeur ranked lower than they should have because they were focused on traditional metrics. After reviewing the mic'd-up footage and doing deeper analysis, they've completely changed their evaluation. The quote was revealing. "We were scouting him like a college quarterback. We should have been scouting him like a young professional who happens to be playing college football." That's a massive distinction, and it's causing teams to panic about where Shedeur might actually go in the draft. Here's where things get controversial. The NFL has a recent history of overthinking quarterback evaluations and missing obvious talents. Remember when Patrick Mahomes fell to the 10th pick because teams worried about his unconventional mechanics and spread offense background? Remember when Lamar Jackson dropped to the end of the first round because evaluators questioned whether his style would translate? Both of those players had something in common with Shedeur. They demonstrated elite processing ability and leadership qualities that traditional scouting metrics couldn't capture. They made everyone around them better. They performed at their best when the pressure was highest, and they had intangibles that separated them from physically gifted quarterbacks who ultimately became busts. The mic'd-up footage of Shedeur shows these same qualities: the way he commands the huddle, the confidence in his communication, the immediate processing of complex defensive looks, the ability to stay calm when everything is chaotic. These are the traits that actually translate to NFL success. Let's address the elephant in the room. Shedeur's critics point to his supporting cast and argue that his success is manufactured. They say any quarterback would look good with elite receivers and Deion's coaching. They question whether he can succeed without that infrastructure. Here's why that criticism falls apart when you watch the mic'd-up footage. Shedeur isn't just executing plays called from the sideline. He's identifying defenses, making protection adjustments, changing routes at the line of scrimmage, and putting his team in position to succeed before the ball is even snapped. That's not a product of having good receivers. That's elite quarterback play that translates to any level. Moreover, the criticism actually works in his favor. If Shedeur can demonstrate this level of processing and leadership while dealing with the unique pressures of playing for his father and handling unprecedented media scrutiny, what happens when he gets to the NFL and has professional infrastructure around him? What happens when he's working with NFL coaching staffs and has time to fully dedicate to learning a professional system? Here's where things get really interesting for NFL teams. Mock drafts and media analysts have Shedeur projected anywhere from the mid-first round to the early second round, but insider information suggests that's completely wrong. Teams are keeping their actual evaluations close to the vest because they don't want competitors to know how highly they value him. The mic'd-up revelation has created a situation where teams that need quarterbacks are faced with a dilemma. Do they reach for Shedeur earlier than public perception suggests because they recognize his unique qualities, or do they risk waiting and watching another team grab him first? History shows that teams who wait on quarterbacks they truly believe in almost always regret it. The footage of Shedeur's communication, processing, and leadership under pressure has given quarterback-needy teams a window into what he actually brings to the table, and it's causing evaluations to shift dramatically. What Shedeur Sanders revealed while mic'd up goes beyond his own draft stock. It's exposing a fundamental problem with how the NFL evaluates quarterbacks. Teams spend millions on combine measurements, throwing sessions, and interviews, but the most important traits, processing speed, communication under pressure, and authentic leadership, can't be measured in those controlled environments. The only way to truly evaluate these qualities is by watching how a quarterback performs when everything is on the line, how they communicate when the play clock is running down, how they adjust when defenses show them something unexpected, how they lead when their team needs them most. Shedeur's mic'd-up footage provided that window, and it's changing everything about how teams view him and how they should be evaluating every quarterback prospect moving forward. The NFL didn't expect this revelation because they've been stuck in an outdated evaluation process for too long. Shedeur Sanders just forced them to evolve, and the teams smart enough to recognize what he revealed are going to benefit for the next decade. The question isn't whether Shedeur will succeed in the NFL. The question is which team will be smart enough to grab him, and which teams will spend years regretting that they let him slip away. Hit that subscribe button.